And I think what Josh is doing, and particularly with this next fight with my Bowser's hot, with Derrick Lewis, I mean, we could both agree on one thing, Kamaru D. This is what the heavyweight division needs.
Obviously, a lot of people are a bit funny with Hokit. It's a bit much for me. Everyone knows I'm a chill guy. Like, I don't, the bullshit, right? But he loves the character. You can tell it's a character. He knows it's not like he's not trying to be a character. He's putting on the character. And he's a problem, man. If you are a striker, you do not want anything to do with this guy. And I'm going to say that. You can definitely catch him coming. He's very aggressive in his hands. He takes a little too much risk coming forward. So you could definitely catch him straight away. But if you don't, and you don't, when you're not the best wrestler, even if you are a good wrestler, you are going to have a big problem with him. Because he's going to keep that pressure, that he's a taking down punch, and he's just right there and just never, he's just jamming you the whole time.
I would agree that Hokit is now 100% a star. UFC is going to jump on that bandwagon. They're going to do the best they can to turn him into a Conor McGregor, but at heavyweight. And but then my concern was, now we just turned him right away and threw him into the White House card. That amount of damage, no rest, no time, that scares me.
You think he's been able to spar? I doubt it. I doubt he's been able to spar. He's probably just been doing drills and conditioning. And granted, you may not have to spar to go against a guy like a Derrick Lewis, because it's not like he's high paced or anything. But still, you gotta be worried about him entering into this fight not even 8 weeks time off against a knockout artist. I go Hokit just because, based off of Derrick's last performance, and we can only judge you off your last performance, he doesn't look like he wants to be there.
The reason we're so interested, which is so funny here, the reason we're interested in that fight is because we just watched Josh Hokit get hit and hit and hit and hit and hit, and we know how hard Derrick Lewis hits. If Josh Hokit knocked out Curtis Blades in the first minute and a half, 2 minutes, none of us would give a shit about that Derrick Lewis. Not one of us would be interested in that fight. We'd be like, he's just going to knock him out. But because we saw a dog fight, and because we saw how much Josh Hokit got hit, now we're like, ooh, Derrick's definitely going to hit him, and we'll just see what that looks like.
It just seems like, yeah, it's a gamble. I'm sure it's a calculated gamble, but you're going to go in there against Derrick Lewis, who, if you fight Derrick Lewis the right way, as we've seen recently, you can beat Derrick Lewis right now.
Hokit's not going to fight him the right way.
That's the thing, though.
Better not.
That's better not. Is that there is a very wrong way to fight Derrick Lewis, and it seems like Josh Hokit could be convinced to attempt that way.
So here's what's interesting, right? Is that there's no way he can fight Derrick Lewis like he fought Curtis Blades, right? I mean, there's absolutely no way he can fight him like that. But because you're the Incredible Hulk, because you've done what you've done, are you almost obligated? Is this like BMF rules almost, right? You know what I mean? You're like, I can't just shoot off the first shot because, I'm the Incredible Hulk and I'm going to talk all this trash and I gotta go stand toe to toe and show them that, because I just do not think standing toe to toe with Derrick Lewis is advisable for anybody.
I mean, this is an MMA fight, and so if I was just trying to box, I would go to boxing. It's like we got to use our skill set, and so I feel like I am faster, and I got the wrestling, and I'm here to mix it up. And so, whatever it takes to get him the most tired, the fastest, that's what I'm gonna do.
But I think you're going to see a different side of him now. You're not going to see the one that stands and trades. You will see some of that to close that distance and get in, but he will try to take Derrick Lewis down. He's going to snatch a single. Easiest thing to do to take a heavyweight down is snatch a single like I did Angelo. Just grabbed his single leg and dumped him real quick.
If you're Josh Hokit, you tackle that man immediately and just make him miserable throughout that first round and let Derrick get tired. And you do what Waldo did. So I think he'll beat Derrick Lewis, but would I pick him to beat Tom Aspinall right now? No.
That's crazy fight right there, because he takes out a guy with Derrick Lewis with the hype he's got going on, which he has a gas tank on him if he just doesn't get clipped too. Because if he goes a little too fast too soon, he's gonna get hit. But if he gets Derrick Lewis, he's gonna steal a lot of thunder from a lot of people, you know. And it's just, I feel like he's young to get thrown in there with all these guys that have been doing it. Let's see, you know, because he is a next level athlete. He is athletic as hell. I want to see what his wrestling offensive looks like too, because if he could do that, he could start securing a lot more victories for himself at heavyweight, and he'll be able to make his career last. Because there's certain guys you can't trade with, you know. So I want to see what other layers he has. But he looks like a phenomenal athlete. He's in crazy good shape, killer instinct. You know, he's out there looking for the finish. So I'm really high on this guy. I'm a fan. I'm a believer.
Yeah, well, I would only say that it's a scary fight due to the puncher's chance. That's really what it is. But what does scare me is like if you get into this mix where Derrick Lewis can take everything you got in that first minute and a half, right? And we saw Curtis Blades like kind of like was able to take him down, and by falling on him almost like went shot for the takedown and just fell forward because Curtis Blades was so big. Derrick Lewis could have that moment because let's not pretend Derrick Lewis cuts weight to get to heavyweight. Like he cuts from 300 pounds to get down to 265. So that could happen is Hokit gets tired. And those shots that he was taking from Curtis Blades when he was on all fours, that will put you out by Derrick Lewis. Outside of that, I mean, I got Hokit winning this fight. He can out wrestle him, gets to the top position. He's just got to be careful. He's got to be careful getting hammer fisted from the bottom, to be honest. I mean, he's got to be careful of like Kevin Holland's Jacare style, like backhand. Like my pimp hand is strong, and all of a sudden he's knocked out. It could end up like that. And that's how much power Derrick Lewis possesses.
Hokit's chin is fucking insane. Absolutely insane. This guy is outweighed by 30 pounds and Blades is landing flush on his chin with like jab jab 2 and punching through his face while Hokit's leaning back. Span him. Hokit's like, well, and then in between all of this, by the way, every now and then, like in between getting his ass beat really towards the end of round 1, he's giving Blades the middle finger still.
That Curtis Blades fight was fucking close.
It was
If
crazy.
you go back and watch, and someone said, go back and watch it without the commentary, it was closer than like I love Derrick Lewis. I think he might fuck over Derrick Lewis.
You know, I just felt like Hokit is going to be... Hokit has a wrestler's mentality for MMA. Right? And what I mean by that is, you know, what is, you know, these wrestling periods, you know, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or you know, however much time is left on the clock, you know, 30 seconds to go, like they're fucking sprints. You know what I mean? Like they're just all out hardcore sprints. And he kind of treats a fight like that. We're just gonna, it's a little Terrence McKinney-ish. It's a little bit more clever than that, but it's just that kind of like in your face, hard-nosed attitude, and it kind of just overcomes people who've got really, really good technique, unless they're very, very super elite, you know. But like, dude, Hokit's a problem at heavyweight now. Hokit's a problem.
I don't know. This guy's not it's funny. I want to say he's not a joke because he is a joke, but he's not a joke when he's fighting. I think he's got talent, love his hand speed, like his attitude, and let's see what happens now. He's had a couple of like gimme fights before this where he could knock somebody out easy and not get hurt. What happens when he meets adversity and he's got to be stuck standing up for 3 minutes and the fight's not going to the floor? But he looks like he's throwing. It looks like everything's going great for him. But I think this guy Hokit, especially for a football player, he's the best transfer over athlete we've seen. If you just hold it to football, I don't think we've ever had a football player throwing punches like this guy. I don't think.
Bro, you talk to that guy, he's a smart dude. He knows what he's doing. He's being a goof. And here's the thing about people that act really goofy and stupid. You go, fuck, I ain't shit. Like, they can trick you. But Hokit's a hard dude to solve. He's a really good wrestler, and he's fucking hyper aggressive, and he's got his
fast too. He got good movement.
He's definitely he's fast.
Now Hokit is going to be fighting the Black Beast Derrick Lewis at the White House. I'm ecstatic for him. Because this is how the UFC changes live. This is how quick it can happen. This quick. Now imagine Josh Hokit goes out there and he sleeps Derrick Lewis, the all-time leader in knockouts. He goes out there and sleeps Derrick Lewis. I tell you, he's a superstar, and I tell you, he's one fight away from a world title challenge. One fight away.
There's no way this soon after a fight like that, like when they come to you and be like, hey, what do you say? Mid-June, do you think you'll be ready to fight Derrick Lewis? You can say yes in that moment. There's no way you really know yet if that's a good answer or not.
God, I mean, but you can't turn that down. You can't say, no, I'm not going to be ready. You get ready, or you get as ready as fucking possible. You're fighting on the goddamn White House card, which is $1 million bonus crypto on the line. Some life-changing money for some folks.
Crazy stuff.
It's a perfect fight, though, for the quick turnaround. He's either going to die or he's going to be Derrick Lewis, like, senseless. It's exactly the fight you'd want if you're turning around quickly and just got into a war. Because either your night's going to be over quick because you just got knocked out and you wake up in the ambulance, or you put it on Derrick Lewis and he crumbles like Derrick Lewis usually does. Like, that's what you want. There's not... Look, you're not going to the lab and having to really watch film to game plan for this. Because if Hokit does what Hokit did to Curtis Blades, not even the result, right? If Hokit gets knocked out or wins, if he comes out the same way he did against Curtis Blades, we're in for a treat.
Derrick Lewis is so matchup dependent right now, Dennis. Like, don't you? If you like look at Derrick Lewis's like resume recently, guys who have some hand speed and a little bit of a chin and pocket presence are going to give him trouble. You know, it's just he can't catch up with those guys anymore. And he's always been, you know, very smart, and his pocket presence is great. And then he's got just that shut off power. But he's obviously slowing down a little bit as he gets older. And I just don't think he has the speed now, especially those guys know that those big looping shots are coming. So I think it's a bad matchup for him. I think the hand speed of Josh is like, on paper, does not look great for Derrick Lewis.
Blades, and they talk about Derrick Lewis with the 16 knockouts. Yeah. And it's like on paper, he's a respectable opponent, but it's like I can't respect a guy that quits on himself.
Did you feel in his last fight that's what happened?
In his last fight, he quit on himself, and so I don't know what I got to do. I got to figure out something to motivate him, and so I want the best Derrick Lewis.
After that fight, guys, I think he could potentially get a title fight, and people may think I'm crazy, but like, you beat Derrick Lewis in that division as of right now. Maybe that's the fight. You know, he'll fight the winner of Aspinall and Gane whenever that happens.
I believe it was Kenny Florian was telling John Anik, and I believe Kenny even said, call me crazy, but Hokit could be fighting for a title soon. No, Kenny, that's not crazy at all. In fact, it's pretty obvious he's going to be fighting for a title soon.